Alright, we are here at Medusa Comics and Cards in Plattsburgh, New York, and this is my good buddy Matt Bailey, and he's going to be showing you his Noble Knights deck for the February-March format of 2018. So here we go.
So we have a locals-only deck. I don't know if I'd recommend taking this to a regional, but my god, is it fun to play 5-6 rounds of Noble Knights. Like the good old days. Very excited about this.
Even without Kaiser Coliseum.
Even without.
Alright, here we go.
There's some fun things you can do with it, though. So we have to start 3 Merlin. Merlin's an interesting card. The restriction's kind of annoying that you can only summon Noble Knights for the rest of the turn, but this is definitely one of those decks where Konami's like, hey, we gotta put a ton of restrictions for 0 reason. But, whatever. Tribute him for any Noble Knight out of the deck that you need. Brothers Recursion, Boar's Equips, or the more important one, Withdraw. Summons another one out of any time.
Okay.
So that's chill. Alright. Now we're going out to one Dristan. One Dristan, he is a really good card. If you already have your setup and your end board of the Link Monster, the big dude, he's a great one to pull off the Link Monster if it's still around. He's decent utility. Whenever he's equipped, he pops another card in the field, targeting, and there's a lot of ways to get equips onto him.
Alright.
More importantly, triple Madraut. Best card in the deck by far. Starts a lot of plays. He can summon out any Noble Knight from the deck, so whatever you're doing, whatever play you're going for, he is kind of like the catalyst to all of it. Triple Boars. Boars is probably the second most important. He's the one who lets you draw things you want instead of equip spells. He sends 3 equips that you reveal from your deck, different names. Sends, or actually, I don't think it has to be different names, just regular names. Sends them to the graveyard. Your opponent randomly selects one and gets added to your hand. You hope to God you don't get Gwyneth.
Okay.
Triple Brothers. Brothers is a newer card. I think it came out in Primal Origins.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. Wasn't good then. Now it's seen a new purpose. It gets enough monsters out to do both a Link play and an XYZ play. So if you see him with 2 other monsters in your hand, as long as he's not stopped, he brings them both out and gets you a huge advantage over your opponent. And also sees a lot of play with the Link monster as far as summoning off the deck. If you summon him with the Link monster, you immediately have enough cards engraved to shuffle back, draw. If you get enough of them out once, he is not a hard once per turn. You can draw as many times as you have some of them out.
Sick. Okay.
Lastly, we have Triple Gawain. Triple only because he is a cornerstone to the Madraut play with the new Link monster. So when you use Madraut, you summon out Boars, equip a new equip spell, you have Madraut as another normal light monster again. So you're able to special him from the hand, link away him and Boars, summon the Link monster go to Brothers, draw, overlay for the rank 4, re-equip. And you just have a new field that is a little bit tougher to get over.
So, yeah, if I didn't get that, I still had Alistair and...
Into the last monsters, we have one Gwyneth. She is actually an equip spell, but she does count as a monster as well.
Alright.
And then Triple Valor. Triple Valor over a lot of things only because it's decent against Pendulum Magician, especially the FTK that's going around right now. The other reason being it is one of your only options to get into the Synchro Monster. So running her is not a bad idea. I don't think I've used it for the Synchro Monster once today, but I've done it in the past and it was pretty useful.
Some decent utility.
Yeah, it's got 2 purposes, which is why I like having it in the deck. Alright, moving to spells. Triple Quick Play. The new card of the new set. It just acts as an equip spell, but in a much better form of utility. You can choose any one you want after you target the monster you want. Equip it from the deck. It also serves a different purpose we'll get to later down the road because it specifies you can equip an equip spell from the deck. And it doesn't have to be a Noble Arm, just anything that can be equipped to that monster. So you can have some pretty neat
So you get cursed armaments if you wanted to.
Yeah, if you wanted to, yeah. Like literally anything that can be put on them. Going to equip spells, Triple Excalibur. Excalibur serves 2 purposes again. One, it's an equip spell, can be sent to the grave equipped, and it stops it from targeting your monster, which is really neat. Secondary is you can banish it if you have the rank 4, summon the rank 5, or you can downgrade the rank 5 to the rank 4.
Okay.
So in a lot of ways, if you have a lot of cards you need to clear off your opponent's board, you can kind of play around with either or. So we got 2 Destiny. Destiny is the one that prevents 1 destruction per turn.
Okay.
It's also one of the equip spells that can pop and be re-equipped. So that's super important for the draw plays. 2 Caliburn, same thing. When it gets popped, it gets re-equipped, and once per turn gain 500. If you open this in mid-draw, you immediately start at 9,500 life if you get all your combos off.
An extra life is always nice with the trick stars running around and whatnot.
Oh god, yes. Especially when we get to the trap lineup. The last 2 are the Noble Arms Artifier and Noble Arms Gallatin. These 2 have more of a weird utility, so they're only 1-ofs. They also act as different names for the Link monster as well as boars. So this one you can target set spell and traps and start popping them. As if you're using it with mid-draw and you're playing something back row heavy and for some reason they haven't activated said back row, you can technically destroy up to 3 that turn if you were to decrease. The neat thing is you're going to use the 2 level 4s as link material, so it's not going to matter that they lower their attack. The Gallatin is a way to get over a lot of big beaters, so looking at you, Masterpiece, boosts anything by 1,000. When you get to the rank 4s, or even if you're looking at the link monster, you can get something over Masterpiece pretty easily.
Alright.
Alright. So, last equip spell, and this is where the glory of the Noble Knights comes into play, Moon Mirror Shield.
I was wondering when this was going to show up.
If they swing into you and you glory the Noble Knights into any monster you have that has Noble Knights in its name, it's like they don't get a redeclare, but a spell appears on the field. So they're just running into themselves and
That's
getting
cheeky.
100 damage.
Yeah.
Other 1-ofs, we have Raigeki, pretty self-explanatory.
Yep.
This deck has a hard time getting over like big fields. Soul Charge is one of your only options for recursion. If you get Solemn Warning, Judgment, Scolding, whatever they're running, you need some sort of option to get back into the game, and these 2 are really your only ways of doing it.
Keep the Lost Art.
And then 1 Rug. I wish it was higher, but we got 1.
we can have 3 of the thing that searches dinos, but we can't have 3 warriors.
Nope. Trap lineup, pretty self-explanatory, but the cool thing is you're never going to end on a board that has a lot of set cards. So running 2 Scolding, 1 Judgment kind of solves that issue, especially when you're gaining life. Scolding just becomes not that expensive.
Yeah.
So if you end up on 9,500 or even can get up to like above 10,000, you're not too worried about paying 3 to negate anything.
Becomes irrelevant.
Exactly. So you're pretty much running 3 Judgment.
Okay.
Move to extra deck. So we got 2 of the rank 4s and 2 of the rank 5s. You don't need a lot of copies of these guys. Number 1, you're never going to summon them all. Number 2, if you do, you're in a really weird grind game, so get that recorded. Number 3, you got brothers who can shuffle these back to the extra deck, and you can draw them of it.
All right.
Which is awesome. So you've got a lot of ways to keep them alive and keep them extra.
I like it.
One Baguska.
For stalling.
Oh yeah. Anytime you can stall in this deck, like if they ash your Madraw, if they Valor your Madraw, or if like they stop you somehow and you still got the Queen to summon, Baguska's a good option to go into if you're not going to go to the Link Brothers combo. You can just kind of wait it out. Blade Armor Ninja. Very interesting card. It's pretty much just for the OTK.
Alright.
And you can summon it because you got warriors.
It's more life point pressure.
Exactly. Tornado Dragon. Again,
Spot removal.
Just spot removal. Anything that might be tough to get around. If you can't get to your rank 4 guy, maybe you can get to this. And you have Utopia package. So, interesting thing about this, Utopia and Utopia the Lightning are both warriors. So if you wanted to, you can equip Destiny to these guys, or any other equip spell. So make them, I don't think you can do the non-targeting one, but Destiny, you can protect them from destruction, which is really neat. Link monsters, we have Isolde double.
This is the new one.
Yeah, this is the new one. This is the one that opens up a lot of consistency in a lot of your plays. When it's summoned, you can add a warrior monster from your deck to your hand. It can't be special summoned for the rest of the turn, but what's neat about it is it doesn't matter if it's been special summoned previously or normal. So when you summon it, you add Madraw in case you're going to go into a weird place next turn, or you want to look for brothers or something that you can get back in the game. The other thing you can do is send 4 of your equip spells with different names for your deck to the grave. You can just off a lot of equip spells, make your deck a lot easier to manage, summon out brothers, get the draw, or summon out boars, send more equips, and kind of like build your board up.
Okay.
one decode, pretty standard for a deck, firewall, and Borreload. So all three of these are pretty, you have to have them in there for this and that. I haven't gone into any of these yet. Testing-wise, I've gone into Borreload multiple times, and it's very easy to get to that point with a new Lake monster. And lastly, we have the Ignoble Knight of High Launcelin. So this guy
only
is,
synchro.
It's interesting. It's not that great, but if you're in a spot where you have your normal summon out, they've stopped a lot of your other plays, you can get the Valor out, you can get to this guy. He pulls an equip spell right from the deck, which is very cool. And then if he kills something by battle, you actually get to add any Noble Arms or Noble Knight card from your deck to your hand. So a neat card, probably something you can pull out on your opponent if it's like a back pocket play, but wouldn't recommend rushing into him.
All right. And lastly, we've got the side deck.
Side deck. All right. To start off, we have triple, twin, twisters. Playing against something like Paleo or like a lot of back row heavy decks. Again, you got to be careful about your normal summons. It's very important, crucial to the deck. So you have to have twin twisters at least available to you. Genuinely, you want to go first, but. The other thing you need to worry about is your big guys, and specifically kaijus. The only other spell that we run is the magical Dust on Mop. If you're going first and you're siding in, swap out Moon Mirror Shield with this. This is another one that you can glory the Noble Knights out and just swing it right on. Or if you draw it, you can just end on it as one of the equipped spells and they can't tribute it anymore.
Interesting.
We have triple D Barrier. Magicians, 60 card decks, like they do kind of
60 card mystery, pendulums, invoked.
Yeah, anything like that you can declare one monster and kind of disrupt their plays with.
It'd be a very strong card in this format.
100%. Triple Lancia. This is not so much for Invoked. It works really well against them. You get a lot of information off of this card. At the same time, you can't get evenly matched for this deck. It hurts you to lose your equips like that. And usually you want to end on the big guy, but at the same time, once he's not equipped with anything, unless it's a rank 5 that can summon one back, you're kind of toast. Also works really well against Trickstars if you draw it.
Yes.
Alright, Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit. I interchanged this with Valor when I was going second. And I also pulled out the traps, kind of like played around with that. These guys are interesting, definitely good against a Magician FDK, but good against anything else. If you have to wait to do your turns later, I wouldn't keep the traps in just because you're not at a point where you can actually use them.
Right.
And lastly, for
we got some spice
for
you.
World Chalice, double sphere mode. This World Chalice is more of a local thing. I haven't seen them in like big play events. I assume I will.
They're getting more support, so they're going to be more prevalent.
Exactly, and they end on things like Firewall equipped to 4 different things, and then you've got the Gamma Seal that can negate half your things, and this is really the only option that you have to get rid of Gamma Seal and get rid of those problems. Magician-wise, they can end on 4 negations as well, and it just goes right back to Zoo format where this was seeing play because of that too.
Okay. And any other final comments you want to make?
No, it's just super fun. Test it out at your locals. Pick it up. I think Platinumers are super cheap right now. And if you want really nice looking cards, you can go for the Secret.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You got it, man.